Master Duel is finally out after being just a week away for the past year. Being able to finally play it feels unreal, and nothing's ever gonna be the same. Let's talk about it.
Strike! Really appreciate it. Oh! He ashed himself! What the fuck? Oh! And then we're gonna pass it back to my opponent, and they're gonna die to their own dark contract in the draw step. We're playing around. We're playing around.
Oh my god! No!
Now, this isn't going to be a review on the game or how free-to-play friendly it is, because that's all kind of obvious. What we're going to talk about today is how Master Duel changes Yu-Gi-Oh! Forever. Now, there's been online simulators for as long as Yu-Gi-Oh's been around, from the official like Yu-Gi-Oh! Online in 05, to the fan-made like direYGO Pro, and even to the manual simulators like Dueling Book. The need for online Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been there, so what makes Master Duel so special? While direYGO Pro and DB have the benefit of being completely free, they both have their downsides, with direYGO Pro not having a usable rank ladder mode, and while DB does have that, being a manual simulator is a big barrier of entry to the more casual player, making the game a bit gatekeepy, where if you want to play a ranked mode, you need to know the game, but how can you know the game without playing it? Master Duel, by having both a ranked mode and being automatic, allows for Yu-Gi-Oh! To receive the breath of fresh air it needed, allowing for new players to slowly come to understand the game, bringing forth a new generation of top players, people entering the game who we might not have ever seen. The next Jessie Cotton will get her start in Master Duel, and the text brought to the game because of the new wave of players will revolutionize the way we see the game. While bringing new players to the game is important for the longevity of not just Master Duel, but Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole, that's not all Master Duel does. direYGO Pro and Dueling Book are very bare bones, which for non-profit fan-made projects is completely acceptable. Them even existing in the first place is more than was ever expected out of them, but Master Duel being an official product holds it to a higher standard than the others, and it not only delivers, but it excels. By having the game be visually appealing, it allows for people not knowledgeable about Yu-Gi-Oh! To watch others play to try and get them invested, again tying back to bringing new players to the game. Not only is it visually appealing, but it's so easy to follow through visual cues. For example, while my opponent combos off, their powerful cards are slamming onto the board to signify their importance to the game state, literally making all the other cards shake in their presence, only for me to summon Nubiru, whose summoning animation is literally it falling onto the field before it destroys everything. Now, I'm no expert in human thinking, but if you ask someone who doesn't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! What just happened, they're going to tell you that the meteor crashed down and killed the board. The use of visual indicators is so important and well done. Even outside of the visual cues, the satisfaction of slamming your important cards down makes the game feel fun to play. You feel like a duelist out of the anime slamming down your boss monster. You feel unstoppable, which is weird because you'd think when you are stopped, the fun would stop, but that's not the case. Now, this next point can only go so far. Obviously, if you draw an unplayable hand and your opponent full combo hand loops you, it's going to be aggravating. But for the most part, the small touches of Master Duel make even when your board is broken and your opponent is in a winning position feel fun. It feels fun because you're seeing them show off their power, slamming their cards around, as opposed to Dueling Book where, oh cool, I'll just slide my Zeus out on the board. Like, just look at the comparison between these two right here. That should speak for itself. A more minor point is it gives you stuff to do while your opponent's playing. I personally think there should be more to do, but what we have is fine. Whether petting yours or your opponent's mates, or messing around with their fields, it provides stimulation for your bored little brain while your opponent sets 5 and passes for 3 minutes. Keeping the player engaged and tricking us into having fun while playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is key, because if we're bored while we're playing, we're never going to pick it up again. Having us enjoy the worst the game has to offer brings the game's appeal to the mainstream. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a casual fan of something. Casual fans are a majority of the player base. I'm a casual fan of Smash Bros. I will never be competitive, I just enjoy the game for fun. So I'd be a hypocrite if I acted like people who are into Yu-Gi-Oh! On the more casual side were less important. Casual fans being brought into the game because their favorite YouTubers or streamers playing or talking about the game is so good for the community. It brings outside perspectives. People like Point Crow talking about watching YouTubers, or Carl Jacobs collaborating with Pac to discuss how he learned the game. This brings eyes to the community and hopefully other YouTubers so we'll get more subscribers. Good segue. Please subscribe. Some people have even become members of the community themselves, whether it be Swatkage regularly being in calls with Yugi streamers and hosting tournaments, or Critical doing videos with Farfa. These big figures in the online entertainment world are noticing us and bringing their audiences along with them, and with bigger audiences comes more popularity. Back in the early days of Twitch, Hearthstone was the most popular game. Some well-known streamers like Disguised Toast even got their start there, and I don't think I'm too far off in saying that Master Duel is going to recapture that but with Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's a wonderful thing. For the past 4 years of my involvement involvement in the community. I never thought something like this would happen. I remember Farfa hitting 500 subscribers. That was a huge, impossible goal over the span of like 3 months he was trying to hit. And now with Master Duel, he's hitting 3K views on the daily. Not just him, MBT, Coder, Pack, Gage, all of them are getting a viewer boost. The entire Yugi streamer community, even Duel Links Meta, who's more Duel Links stuff, he's playing Master Duel. Everything is coming together. This is a beautiful thing, and I'm so lucky that I get to be part of it. If you watch this video without playing Master Duel, give it a shot. It's free to download, and I haven't spent a single cent on the game, and I have like 2 decks I've been playing. This game is really special. Konami knocked it out of the park. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out, or supporting my Patreon and joining my Discord. I'd really appreciate it.